Hello folks, today is Friday, November 27th, 2020. Hope you guys out there who celebrate Thanksgiving had a nice one. I'm Jake Baldito, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. It's been a bit of a quiet week. We've got a couple of exciting things I've been pretty pumped to share, so let's just jump in. The first story is a bit of a bummer. It's about PlayStation 5 Scalpers. Yes, we've heard from a lot of you guys out there in the comments, just from like our PlayStation 5 before you buy and various videos. These things are hard to find. We got lucky here. We got our hands on a pre-order, but not everybody lucked out so much, and a lot of people are going to be PS5 lists for the holidays because they just didn't produce enough of these suckers. But apparently, thanks to a new Business Insider report, scalpers are definitely not making it any better. Remember when scalpers just used to ruin concert tickets and stuff?
Yeah, now they ruined everything.
So I did share an article last week highlighting how a lot of scalpers have gotten their hands on PlayStation 5s using bots, similar to how when a new shoe drops, like a big new exciting shoe. But apparently, according to this report, there's like a scalper group in the UK that scored over 3,500 units. Yes, they're sitting on 3,500 PlayStation 5s, allegedly, that they're going to turn for a profit and sell above asking price. And that's a bummer, man. That's like a bunch of Grinches. This is like a double gut punch, especially for people who are trying to get their hands on them, whether it's for them because they're a gamer or for like their kid or whatever. Because head of PlayStation, Jim Ryan, has also come out and said that basically they've sold through their stock. So it seems like for the remainder of 2020. And then the scalpers, they're price gouging, which isn't good. You don't want to support that. So it's just kind of a lose-lose situation. It's not all gloom and doom though. Earlier in the week, Sony did say, they did come out and say, hey, we had our biggest launch ever, and we are going to try and have more stock for the holidays. So that's of course something where it's like you're gonna have to believe it when you see it. How many can they really produce like that? But the bottom line is really try not to feed the scalpers because they kind of suck. They also put out a response attempting to like kind of explain and justify their actions in a weird way. I don't even need to spend time on that. And maybe just keep your eyes peeled and just hope to get lucky for something that goes on sale. Maybe you're browsing on Best Buy right when they go live, or you have your notifications turned on for social media. But if you really want one, you gotta be prepared and persist. We've said it before, but it's tough out there right now, whether it's for a next generation console or for an RTX 3080, 3090. Stuff is pretty tight. If you have any crazy stories of you getting your hands on a new Xbox or a PlayStation or a graphics card, I'd love to hear from you. If you got any crazy stories, be sure to let us know. In other interesting news, Red Dead Redemption Online is going standalone. As of December 1st on the marketplaces, the digital marketplaces and stuff, you're going to be able to get just Red Dead Redemption 2's online thing, Red Dead Online, and it's only going to be available for like $5 up until February. So this is an interesting move, not necessarily a surprising one considering Rockstar has done this with GTA Online. That is very much its own thing and offered as its own thing kind of in a bubble separately. But I think this is an interesting move because I look at it the way the old grandpa single player gamer I am. I look at this as, okay, cool, maybe it'll get some people to jump into this online mode, have some fun, realize there's way more to it, and then they'll buy in to the full game and then get to experience a really, really cool story. Because I thought Arthur Morgan's story was really, really cool. Yes, it was a little drawn out, but I thought it was really fascinating and a little unconventional. And if Red Dead Online being available standalone, $5 for more casual type people, and then this can kind of be like the gateway drug into playing the story experience of Red Dead 2, a game that I absolutely loved when it came out. I'm all for that. While we're on the subject of that, there was some news floating around earlier in the week of a Red Dead Redemption collection style game, an Amazon listing leaked for a PlayStation 5 and Series X version of Red Dead Redemption 2 with a remastered version of the original Red Dead Redemption. That has been proven false. It spread like wildfire, but it was pretty easily disproven as just a cheap Photoshop. So just getting the word out there, now you know. I was fooled initially when I first saw the image. I was like, oh shit. Oh, God. But alas, nope. It seems like your options to play Red Dead Redemption are kind of limited. I think it holds up, though. Just saying. Anyway, moving on. Cyberpunk news. Now, last week, we'll link it again, we got gameplay of Cyberpunk 2077 running on an Xbox One X and an Xbox Series X. Now, this week, they've done the same thing, which is pretty cool. We got to also see gameplay of it running on a PlayStation 4 Pro and a PlayStation 5. Now, keep in mind, both of the gameplay footage of the PlayStation 5 version and the Series X version are not the next generation upgraded, enhanced versions. Those are going to be patches that are coming out next year, later down the line. But these are simply the regular gen versions, the PlayStation 4 Pro version and the Xbox One X version running on the fancier hardware, which will still benefit the games in some ways. And now we get to see it running. Granted that when it changes from PlayStation 4 Pro to PlayStation 5, it's also a scene change, so you can't like directly compare. Also, the videos are only 1080p, so it's only so much, but it's nice to just see a little more gameplay right up until the game's release. I am very much finally in the hype zone. I'm very excited for this. I tried to hold off until the game actually came close to release, and now we're finally there. And we know for sure that it's not getting delayed again because apparently physical copies of the game have leaked out in the wild. They've been opened up early, essentially. So with that, I do want to put a warning out there. I'm not too concerned about story spoilers because it's an RPG. It's not like the next Star Wars or the next Marvel movie. But there are people out there that are worried about spoilers, so they could be circulating now because people have gotten their hands on the game. So this is just a PSA, man. Do your due diligence. If you care about spoilers for Cyberpunk, you want to avoid them, definitely put some mutes. Definitely just stay away from some areas of the internet and stuff like that. You definitely don't want it spoiled for you for the part when a helicopter lands and Geralt comes out of the helicopter and he's got a robot arm and he looks at the camera and he says, "It kept you waiting, huh?" I'm sorry, I'm tired, I'm delirious, I'm all turkeyed up, all right? Next up, this episode is brought to you by Puma and Finish Line. Now, you probably remember we have worked with them in the past. They helped us do giveaways at PAX East back when we used to go to things. And now in the sneaker world, the second drop of the Super Mario Puma collection celebrating the 35th anniversary of Mario is going down. They got footwear and apparel you need to check out, including the sick new RS Fast Super Mario Galaxy, which they did send us. That totally fits the spacey vibe of the game. Luma is featured on it, and they're just comfy and really awesome and cool and loud looking, which I like. Video games and sneakers are like the perfect combination, and we wanted to highlight the Super Mario collection because all of them, including this one, are really sweet looking. This is not sponsored by Nintendo, by the way, but Puma and Finish Line are doing a giveaway to celebrate the drop of these shoes. They're giving away a free Nintendo Switch through their loyalty program, Status, so if you want to get in on that, check the link in the description down below. Everything is down there if you want a chance to score a console, or if you just want to check out the kicks. Go check them out down there. It helps support the show. And thanks again to Puma and Finish Line for sponsoring our videos. Next up, we got some cool things we wanted to share, some stuff you may have missed throughout the week. These will all, of course, with all the stories, be linked in the description down below. The first thing is the new location reveal trailer for Hitman 3. This reveals a level, a city in China. Not only that, it also highlights the graphical overhaul the game is getting, and it is absolutely insane. I thought Hitman 1 and 2 did look really great, and I appreciate the updates that they do throughout, but Hitman 3 looks like it's on a whole nother level, and I'm really happy that they're also adding that support to 1 and 2. Some people don't like the style of these newer Hitman games, but I gotta say, if you do like them, IO continues to just kind of keep adding more and more value to the games, and I gotta applaud them for that. Of course, not to go on a Hitman tangent or anything like that, like the new style is cool, but after this, I'm very curious to see if they go back to the old Hitman ways, like more single-player narrative, experienced type levels that aren't massive and episodic and stuff like that. I don't know. I digress. Anyway, let's move on. We also have a trailer, an announcement trailer for Neo, The World Ends With You. And also I wanted to link it because I know some of you guys out there would absolutely appreciate it. The G4 reunion special. G4 is kind of rolling back out, but what they are doing with this is like a Thanksgiving video that they aired. It seems like it's pretty entertaining. I didn't have time to watch all of it, but they are raising money for charity, which is super cool. So if you love G4 back in the day like me, watching the video game channel, essentially, go check it out. But also, we got to talk Star Wars for a second. Shout out to friend of the show, Brian Altano, for putting this on our radar. But somebody has modded the Mandalorian costume, the Mandalorian armor, essentially, into Jedi Fallen Order. And it looks freaking sweet. We got Din Djarin himself here. Like, look, they nailed it perfectly. The proportions, the costume, the reflections. The Darksaber, this is awesome. Shout out to Jordy Castelli for this video. That will be linked in the description below. And also the actual mod itself, in Nexus Mods, we will link that in the description if it's something you want to check out, because The Mandalorian is super dope, and it's very, very cool to see him in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, even if to me I'm like, it doesn't make sense that he's using a lightsaber, it's not canon. Still, it's super cool, and we just love celebrating people who are creative and make cool things, so if you want, go check it out. All that stuff is linked in the description down below. Also, definitely want to talk about something exciting, at least for me. Flight Simulator is getting a massive update. Actually, I believe it's rolling out now. Essentially, this new update is adding 50 new updated points of interest, including, for some of you North American folks, the White House, Las Vegas is updated with different lighting, the Grand Canyon, tons of stuff, and I think that's super cool. For some of you guys out there who maybe aren't traveling for the holidays, I know a lot of people have had to cut back on travel. Flight Simulator is like a really fun thing to mess around with. I highly recommend it, especially if you play on PC and maybe you have the Game Pass type of thing going on. It is a powerhouse of a game, but it is a really, really fun experience just to fly around, explore, kill some time, and kind of relax. Honestly, it's a cool update and a sea of updates for games. We don't have time to highlight all of them, but Assassin's Creed Valhalla is getting a screen tearing fix on Xbox Series X, which is worth highlighting. Star Wars Squadrons is also getting some updated visuals like new skyboxes and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. But that's all we have time to talk about today, so I do want to hear from you guys in the comments about a lot of this stuff. PlayStation 5. Did you succumb and buy one from a scalper? Did you just get lucky and get one? Did you get one with a mistaken package like we talked about last week? Not even with a PlayStation 5. Maybe it's an Xbox, maybe it's a Series X. What was your experience getting these things? Or if you're waiting, we'd love to hear why you're waiting. It's pretty logical to also wait. It's no big deal, no pressure. Of all the things we also linked, like new trailers and stuff, what are you looking forward to the most? What are you going to be playing this weekend? Most importantly, this holiday weekend, we always leave a thing, like a pinned comment. Let us know what you're playing because we kind of use it as research for tailoring videos going forward. Anyway, I've talked enough though, so thank you guys for watching. I'm here every Friday. Clicking the like button does help us out. We do really appreciate that. And if you're new, maybe consider subscribing, maybe hitting that notification bell because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. I'm Jake Baldino. See you guys next time. Pizza's on me.